Just a couple of quick pregame announcements before we get started with our 2018-19 season opener. Today's KW Titans game is brought to you by Pillars. Also, this season, back by popular demand, we have got our 50-50 draw once again. That will be happening every single game. KSA volunteers will be walking around selling tickets before the game and during the game, as well as at halftime. We will announce the winner in the third quarter. Also, make sure to get your KW Titans t-shirts and other merchandise in the concourse just outside the community corner. Also, a reminder to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, it's KW_Titans. On Instagram, it's KW Titans. Facebook is KW Titans, and Snapchat as well. You will want to follow us on social media. We are going to have a number of contests this season, including today, where it will require you to interact via social media for some great prizes. Make sure to follow all of the Titans' separate social media accounts. Also, we would like to welcome Conestoga College 88.3 CJIQ to today's game, as they will do a live on-location broadcast. Also, for the protection of the players, officials, and fans, and of course in the spirit of good sportsmanship, the National Basketball League of Canada requests that you refrain from throwing any object at participants or onto the court. Such behavior can cause serious injury, and violators will be ejected and subject to arrest. We also remind you that any spectator going onto the court or interrupting play in any manner will also be ejected and subject to arrest. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Just over 4 minutes until tip-off. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, where this afternoon it's exciting National Basketball League of Canada action as the Sudbury Five are in town to take on your KW Titans in our season opener. We will have your starting lineups in a moment, but first, to honor Canada, we ask that you please stand and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Rachel Frankreiter. And now here are your starting lineups. First for the visitors on the scoreboard wearing black, the Sudbury Five. A 6'3" guard from Saginaw, Michigan, number 1, Jalen Bland. A 5'9" guard from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Braylon Rayson. A 6'7" forward from Sioux City, Iowa, number 14, Corey Dixon. A 6'5" forward from Kansas City, Missouri, number 24, Travis Relaford. And a 6'5" guard from Calgary, Alberta, number 42, Tyrell Tate. The Sudbury Five are coached by Logan Stutz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome them back for the new season, brought to you by Control Hair. It is time for your KW Titans Dance Pack. Let's hear it for your KW Titans dance back. They will be back in the fourth quarter. And now, put your hands together and make some noise for the home team wearing white, your KW Titans. This is our home opener. It's time to introduce our entire roster for the season. We will start with the non-starters. Today's lineup. A 6'6" forward from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Akeem Memphis. A 6'7" forward from Carson, California, number 4, Justin Strings. 6-foot guard from Hillsdale, New Jersey, number 5, Damon Lynn. A 6'3" guard from Edmonton, Alberta, number 6, Denzel James. A 6'4" forward from London, Ontario, it's number 12, Greg Morrow. A 6'4" guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 32, John Murray. And a 6'7" forward from Brampton, Ontario, number 34, Nigel Tyder. And now, make some noise for your starting lineup for today. A 6'2" guard from Scarborough, Ontario, number 1, Ashton Smith. A 6'3" guard from Cleveland, Ohio, number 8, Ed Horton. A 6'3" forward from Toronto, Ontario, number 9, Tramar Sutherland. A 6'7" forward from Detroit, Michigan, number 24, Glenn Woodfield. And a 7-foot center from Northampton, Pennsylvania, look up, look way up, it's number 33, Derek Hall. Your 2018-19 Titans are coached by Cavell Johnson with his assistants Rob Damiani, Jody Moore, and Mike Quigley. The officials for our home opener today, Chris Delaney, Farhan Bey, and Greg Godfather Spagnoli.
It was a down year in 2017-2018 for the Titans. After a successful inaugural season which saw them reach the playoffs as a 3 seed, KW struggled next year, going 8-32, highlighted by a 2-18 road record and 3 separate 6-game losing streaks. But it's a new year, and the Titans have been preparing all offseason, bringing back 7 familiar faces, adding some new ones, and bringing back Cavell Johnson for his first full season as head coach. Season number 3 of Titans basketball starts now. Hello everyone, glad to have you with us. I'm Ian Jodry. A Sunday afternoon as the NBL continues for season number 8. The Sudbury 5, the expansion team, coming in the second game of their season opening road trip. They're coming off a 126-123 victory in Windsor last night. They made 16 three-pointers, 11 of them coming from Jalen Bland. What a night for him to kick off the Sudbury 5 and their new franchise. 43 points for him.
They are going to have a free throw shooting contest. All right, Titans fans, make some noise.
We saw the ceremonial tip-off at the Kitchen Memorial Auditorium. Derek Hall and Alexander Henry. Starting 5 for Sudbury, Jalen Bland, of course, coming off that 43-point effort. Braylon Rayson, his second year in the league, spent last season with the Windsor Express. Corey Dixon, Travis Relaford, and Tyrell Tate rounded out for the expansion Sudbury 5. For the Titans, it's pretty familiar from last year. Only one player is making their Titans debut. That's Ashton Smith at the 1. Ed Horton, returning player. Tramar Sutherland, of course, the Toronto native. Glenn Whitfield, who joined the Titans partway through their inaugural season, and an absolute monster down the stretch. You can call him a double-double machine. Helped him reach the playoffs as the 3 seed. He spent last year overseas, and now he's back with KW. And taking the opening tip, the 7-foot center, Derek Hall. The Sudbury 5 win the opening tip. They are going from left to right in their black uniforms with white trim on your screens at home. We're underway, folks. Season number 3 for the KW Titans. Bland's three, no good, but the offensive rebound comes right back to him. Second chance, gets it to go. Can't give him that many opportunities. We mentioned that he drilled 11 last night. 11 for 19 from beyond the arc. 43 points. What a night to remember for the Sudbury Five. Transition three the other way, off the mark. Missed that time from Tate. Bland works in the corner for Rayson. Rayson draws a double team with Hall, who gets back to defend. Dixon, the baseline jumper, won't go, and there's Whitfield for the rebound. Ashton Smith, we mentioned he is the only Titan in the starting lineup making his debut with the squad. That time, the easy bucket down low off the feet from Hall gets the Titans on the board. Three off the mark that time from Rayson. In transition, Horton pulls up and knocks down the triple. Ed Horton, his first 3 points of the new season. Kitchener-Waterloo with their first lead of the year, 5-3. Sutherland moving that time. He'll get called for his first foul.
His first, team's first.
Here's Tyrell Tate. Horton on him defensively. Shot clock at 10. Tate rolls off the screen. Pump fake that time from Relaford, but he gets bumped and draws the foul. With 4 on the shot clock, it'll reset to 14, and the Five continue this offensive possession. Bland to the corner. Trying to pivot inside Dixon, high off the window, won't go. Whitfield able to grab the board. Smith across the timeline, crossover up top. Whitfield trying to work his way on the baseline, but getting up for the rejection that time was Dixon. Rebound out to Horton, but front rim on that 3 attempt. Tyrell Tate pushing in transition, Euro step, and an offensive foul. Ashton Smith stands his ground, and that results in the turnover. It's the first team foul for Sudbury so far this afternoon.
Sudbury's number 42, Tyrell Tate, is first, team's first.
Hall trying to work down low, got the entry pass. Dixon able to get a hand on it. Sutherland right there can't put it home. Loose ball, and able to come away with it is Bland. Bland pushing in transition and getting up for the rejection. Flenn Whitfield sends it back where it came from. Horton the other way, won't go. That leaves the open transition 3, but no good that time from Bland. Sutherland cutting through, Dixon able to poke it away. Here's Rayson, gets that screen from Dixon, goes up against Derek Hall, doesn't like that matchup, kicks it back out, and the air ball miss from downtown.
Subbing for Sudbury, number 32, Devin Gilligan.
Dixon a little bit short on that one. Tyrell Tate will check out. Devin Gilligan will come on in, the New Hampshire native. Beautiful feed to Smith that time from Whitfield, but couldn't get it to go. Gilligan, fresh in the game, pushes off, and Whitfield gets up and sends that one back. Big time block from Flenn Whitfield. He's got 2 already in the quarter. And that'll prompt another move from head coach Logan Stutz. Grandy Glaze into the game, spent last year, most of last year with St. John's Edge. Corey Dixon checks out, and Glaze gets his first touch. Up top to Relaford. Rayson, the step back, drops it in.
Braylon Racing.
5-5, 4 minutes in this opening quarter. Sutherland's pass was tipped, and in transition, Relaford dances but misses. Glaze the offensive rebound and a fresh 24, but throws it away. Derek Hall was able to get in there and disrupt the pass in front of the KW bench. The Titans also appear to be making a substitution. With some confusion. Actually, just Ed Horton staying in the game. It looked like Akeem Ellis was getting into the action, but Cavell Johnson going to stick with his starting 5, and Ellis will check in at the next stop. Smith, kick out to Horton, corner 3, puts it in. Ed Horton, the go-ahead triple, 8-5 KW. Bland throws that one right to Whitfield. Whitfield pushing, step around, and the pretty finish. What a start for Flynn Whitfield, a couple blocks, and that time turns the turnover into 2 points. Going up hard and coming down with a foul that time.
Fouls the Titans, number 8, Horton.
Jalen Bland, it's Braylon Racing absorbing the contact, and he'll head to the line for a pair. With that, Ellis will now check in as Horton heads off. Racing drops number 1.
Braylon Racing good on both shots.
Puts them both in. 10-7. Titans with the advantage early on. Ellis off the feet from Hall, drives baseline, one-hand shot, gets it to go. First shot attempt from Akeem Ellis. The Titans uniform is 2 points. Pull up 3 in transition, goes all the way around and out. Racing couldn't get it to go, but Glaze, the offensive board. Racing tries to beat Hall on the outside. Pass to Relaford. Whitfield almost got to it. Racing the corner 3 is good, and a foul. Braylon Racing drills the corner 3 to pull the 5 within 2 points. Foul is going to go on Ellis.
Fouls on the Titans, number 2, Akeem Ellis. That is his first, team's 4th.
Foul was not on the shot, so it'll remain Sudbury basketball. 6.5 to play in quarter number 1. Bland lost it, poked away by Sutherland, but will stay with the visitors. Glaze hands that one to Racing. Shot clock down to 5. Racing off balance, 3 is good. Braylon Racing, not much room to work with, but gives Sudbury a 13-12 lead. Smith lofts that one into Hall. Hall backing in on Glaze. Big size mismatch and gets the one-hand shot to drop. Hall was such a force to be reckoned with last year for the Titans. One of the few bright spots. 12th in points per game, but one of the top in total points. Finished second in the league in total points scored. Smith, the miss. Whitfield, the rebound, right back to Smith. The easy lay-in. No-look pass from Flynn Whitfield, and he's filling up the box score. A couple blocks, steal. Now the pretty assist makes it 16-13, Kitchener-Waterloo. Bland in some trouble against Sutherland defensively. Glaze goes right at Hall and gets it to go. Nice play by Grandy Glaze. Whitfield tries to split 2 defenders, misses, gets it back, and draws the foul. Whitfield taking matters into his own hands here in quarter number 1. 5:03 to go. Whitfield draws the foul, and it's the Titans with a 1-point lead here early on opening day.
It's time for a brand new contest this season. We're calling this our caption contest. Take out your cell phone, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You'll need it for this game. There you see all of our social media. We'll have that on at the end of the caption as well. We'll flash that graphic for you once again. We're going to display a picture on the Jumbotron in a moment, and you need to send us a direct message to our social media accounts with your best caption and include your contact and seat information for today's game. We will select a winner based on the best response, and the winner will walk away with a Titans prize back. So, have a look out there and caption this. Come up with your best caption for that and get it to any of our social media accounts. We'll flash that graphic up there for you one more time. KW Titans on Facebook, KW_Titans on Twitter, and KW Titans on Instagram. In the game for the Titans, number 12, Greg Morrow.
Morrow played in all 40 games last year, started 16 of them. Seen improvements in his first 2 years with the Titans. I'm sure you'll be looking for a similar storyline this year around. Hall in the paint, won't go. Goes out of bounds, and it will remain with the Titans. 3 on the shot clock. Ellis, catch and shoot 3 off the inbound splash. Akeem Ellis gets it to drop. How about a familiar face for the KW Titans, Adam Blazik, into the game for Sudbury. He was with the Titans in their inaugural year and was a big part of that team. Miss off the 3 ball that time from Gilligan. And here comes Ellis in transition, goes right at the defense and scores. Akeem Ellis, what a start for him off the bench. Titans up 6. Blazik outside to Gilligan. Driving on James. Gilligan escapes him on the baseline and scores. Morrow was that last second help defender, but couldn't get over in time. And nice move from Gilligan leads to 2. Ellis tries his luck and drops another one. Akeem Ellis feeling it early on. Drills another from beyond the arc. That's back-to-back triples for Akeem Ellis. Blazik working on James. The step back won't go. Morrow and Glaze collided on the way up.
Sudbury foul charge number 22, Randy Glaze.
The foul is going to go on Glaze, his first. Here's Damon Lynn, of course, one of the off-season additions. Greg Morrow now goes right down Main Street. The left-hand floater is good. Nice move from Greg Morrow. Titans up 9. Glaze kicks it out. Gilligan driving with the left hand. Back out to Rayson. Rayson gives that one right to Ellis. Almost looks like he handed it right to him. Lynn, the transition 3. Won't roll. And the rebound comes right back to Rayson. He goes right at Ellis. Puts it in, plus the foul. Braylon Rayson turned it over on his last trip down. And this time he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Ellis, his second, team's 5th. Subbing for the Titans, number 24, Glenn Whitfield. Braylon Rayson will be at the line with 1 shot.
Corey Dixon back into the game for Sudbury. Logan Stutz getting his lineup figured out. Of course, Stutz, a former National Basketball League of Canada MVP. Spent time both with the Niagara River Lions and the Windsor Express. Won the MVP award the 2016 season with Niagara. Also the scoring champion that year. He certainly left his mark in this league as a player, and now looking to do it with the expansion franchise as a head coach. Lynn up top trying to work on Gilligan. Difficult shot, won't go, and Lynn swipes it right back. Took it right away from Grandy Glaze. Steps out for 3, but won't go. Heads up play from Lynn, creating the second opportunity. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. Glaze spins and scores. And just like that, it's back to a 4-point game. Damon Lynn. Into the corner for Whitfield. Step back for the long 2. Gets the friendly roll. Glenn Whitfield is feeling it here in this first quarter. 28-22 KW. Tate to Glaze for 3. Won't go. And Greg Morrow swallows up that rebound. Ed Horton back into the game. Whitfield again with the range. Drops another, and he's got word for the 5 bench. Glenn Whitfield, an incredible first quarter. Tate backing in, high off the glass, won't go. And Horton the rebound. Ed Horton right past Adam Blazik and draws the foul. Glenn Whitfield goes down hard. And he'll be helped up. The 52nd mark of the first quarter.
Foul on number 4, Corey Dixon, his first, team's 4th.
Dixon called for his first foul. Titans still with 1 to give for their final couple possessions. Horton stepping to the free throw line last year, an 87% free throw shooter. Rims out on the first. Horton, a second-round draft pick, 1989 by the Washington Bullets. Last year averaged about 15 points in 24 appearances with the Titans. We mentioned this is his 3rd year with them. He joined them halfway through their inaugural season. Dixon in the paint, lays it in. 6-point game. James in the corner. Out to Whitfield. Against Glaze. For 3, won't go. And it seems like Whitfield hadn't been able to miss all game until that one. Now the shot clock's off. Tyrell Tate, the ball carrier, with 10 seconds left. The Titans will finish off the quarter with a lead. The question is how much. Tate drives, throws it up, won't get the roll, but he'll head to the line for a pair of free throws.
Fouls the Titans number 12, Greg Morrow. That is his first, team's 6th.
Foul number 1 on Greg Morrow. Tate off the mark on number 1. He was 3 for 3 at the line last night, finished with 7 points, 0 for 2 that time around. It comes right
At the end of the first quarter, the score
to Dixon. He misses the easy lay-in. 30-24, the Titans with the lead after 12 minutes here in the season opener.
Would like to wish a very happy birthday to Keegan and Ted. Happy birthday from the Titans. All right, fans, it's time to get up and make some noise. We're going to have a good old-fashioned t-shirt toss. Get up, make some noise, wave those arms if you want some of our Titan staff to throw a t-shirt in your area.
Welcome back inside the odd that one to Whitfield. He's watched by Grandy Glaze defensively. Whitfield, the spin, the pivot. Can't get it to go. Blazik in transition falls. Bland, wide open three in the corner. And he makes no mistake. Jalen Bland left all alone on the defensive miscue. And it's a one-possession game. Morrow, great entry feed to Whitfield, draws a double team. They rotate up top. Smith right down the middle, gets it to go. Ashton Smith. Gilligan, the transition three, way off the mark. Air ball miss right into the hands of Morrow. Here's Whitfield going up against Dixon, gets it to drop. Whitfield wanted the foul call, but he'll take the 2 points. Titans lead is back up to 7, 34-27. Straightaway three that time from Bland off the mark. And James able to race it down in the corner. Smith. Watched by Gilligan defensively, doesn't like that matchup. He resets up top. Smith goes right at him and just rims out. Great pass ahead to Bland, but misses. Morrow diving on the floor, and the Titans secure it. Gotta love the effort from Morrow to hit the hardwood there. Make sure the Titans come up with it cleanly. Horton now, watched by his old teammate Adam Blazik. 5 to shoot. Horton against Blazik. Goes right down the middle. Won't get it to go. Grandy Glaze came in for the last second defense. And there he gets the nice pass off to Gilligan, but misses. Great effort from Glaze to keep that play alive with the ball going out of bounds. Whitfield, the easy bucket in the paint off the assist from Greg Morrow. The Titans have matched their biggest lead of the day at 9 points, 36-27. Derek Hall and Shamar Sutherland will come back into the game shortly. Whitfield up for another block. That's number 3 in transition. Morrow, count it, plus the foul. Turning defense into offense. Glenn Whitfield, his 3rd block of the game. Morrow, a chance for a 3-point play, and the Titans have a double-digit lead. And Hall getting up for the rejection on Corey Dixon. You got a 7-footer breathing down your neck. That's going to be trouble when you're in the paint. And that time it leads to a Whitfield foul on the other end. And he'll head to the line for a pair.
Dawson, the 5, number 2, Braylon Rayson, his first team's second, Glenn Whitfield shooting.
Whitfield good on number 1. We mentioned already 3 blocks in the game. 2 came in the first quarter. And the one that led to the Greg Morrow transition and one the other way. Whitfield 1 for 2 on that trip as the Titans at the 40-point mark. Difficult shot that time from Tyrell Tate. No good. Horton lost the ball along the baseline, and indeed he stepped out the last to touch it. And a careless turnover. We'll give the ball back to Sudbury. With that, Logan Stutt's going to make another move. George Ceres, Sudbury, Ontario native who played at Laurentian University, will get his first minutes of the afternoon. Rayson trying to work past Smith. He does and draws the foul. Braylon Rayson, the burst of speed, and he'll have a chance to bring it back to a 10-point game. Rayson good on that one. Rayson's second season in the National Basketball League of Canada. Averaged just under 14 points a game last year with the Express. That time Sutherland gets tied up. It'll be a held ball. And Sudbury back-to-back forced turnovers. Stutz called the timeout after the Whitfield block, Morrow and one. And so far, his team on a 5-1 run since then. Make it 7-1. Corey Dixon spins and scores. And it's 40-32, Kitchener-Waterloo. Here's Ashton Smith to Ed Horton. Whitfield in the corner. A bit colder in this second quarter. Misses that one, but Hall right there for the tip-in. Right back the other way, though. Easy bucket for Travis Relaford. Titans get caught napping back the other way. Horton rolls off the screen. Long 3-ball attempt won't go. Relaford in transition. Hall gets in front of him and picks up the foul. Bland driving baseline, tries to swing it back up top, but right to Ed Horton. Horton lays it in, blows by Braylon Rayson, who was trying to get back defensively. KW maintaining that double-digit lead. Dixon works his way down to the post, and facing Derek Hall. Makes the defensive stop. Horton, beautiful entry pass to Whitfield, but he gets called for the offensive foul. Whitfield looks like he threw the elbow trying to establish position down low after the great pass from Horton. With that, Akeem Ellis going to come back into the game as Horton heads off. Ellis played 32 games with the Vipers of the NBA G League back in 2013-2014. That time, Jalen Bland knocks down the three despite having Jamar Sutherland all up in his business. Smith draws the foul the other way. Gonna go on Ceres. That's his first. Smith was in panic mode as the 5 seconds was winding down. Ends up getting it to Whitfield, and he turns the ball over. Swiped away by Travis Relaford. In transition, oh, and a big foul that time from Flynn Whitfield. He went up to deny Corey Dixon.
Flynn Whitfield called for his third personal team's fourth.
When we talk about how effective Whitfield has been today, now he's in foul trouble. He's got 3 of them. Corey Dixon will head to the line with Sudbury down 7, 44-37, just past the midway mark.
On sale during halftime, we will have the draw in the third quarter. Also, don't forget to stop by the KW Titans merchandise stand. Get yourself a t-shirt, hat, maybe a sweatshirt that is located up in the concourse. Also, as you know, the KW Titans are proudly sponsored by Pillars. Today, Pillars will be providing fans with their pepperoni whips. Make sure to grab some on your way out at the conclusion of today's game.
Three other games today in the National Basketball League of Canada. Moncton hosting Cape Breton, and what a start the Magic are off to. They went to Halifax on opening Thursday, took down the defending Atlantic Division champions, and last night they hosted them for their first game in the new building and absolutely dismantled them. A dominating win for the Magic. They're up 83-79 today over Cape Breton. The Storm hosting St. John in Charlottetown. They're up 10. Also looking for their first win in London, and St. John's just underway. But things are unraveling a bit here for the Titans. Relaford off the steal, throws down the one-hand jam, and just like that, the Sudbury 5 are within 5. George Ceres picking up his second foul. Back the other way, shot clock at 15. Jamar Sutherland to inbound. Smith bumped by Dixon. Kicks it back out. Ellis contested 3. Won't go. The ball looks like it might have been last touched by Sudbury, and indeed it was. The Titans will retain possession and have a fresh shot clock. Smith right off the inbound for 3. Won't go. Hall tried to get a hand on it, and he did, but the problem was he didn't swat it off a member of the opposition, so it'll be 5 basketball. And 5's the number on the clock as we wind down the first half here on opening day in Kitchener. 44-39. The Titans with the lead early. They've led by as many as 11. Bland catch and shoot 3, won't go, but he got fouled. Jamar Sutherland got a piece of him. It doesn't take an expert to know, don't foul a three-point shooter. And now Jalen Bland, coming off that 43-point effort, heads to the line and a chance to make it a one-score game. Bland, good on the first two. He spent the 2016-17 seasons in the NBA G League with the Salt Lake City Stars, with 39 games for them. While taking his talents north of the border, Smith falls and almost lost it, throws it, Hall gets to it, in trouble, all kinds of pressure. Smith to Sutherland, play whistled down. Head coach Logan Sutz was running up to the scoring table. It looks like he thought that someone might have stepped out of bounds. Crew chief Chris Delaney over at the scorer's table, trying to set the record straight. When it's all said and done, it will stay Titans basketball with 11 on the shot clock. And Sudbury within two. Sutherland lays down the shoulder, and that is a charge. Offensive foul called on Sutherland. Great job by Travis Relaford to plant his feet and draw the foul. And now it's the 5 with a chance to tie it or take the lead on this trip up the floor. Rayson, the step back over Morrow, puts it in. Braylon Rayson for 3. And Sudbury has come all the way back to take the lead. It's a 16-4 Sudbury run. Smith responds though, 46-45. KW takes the lead right back with 4 to play in the half. Foul on the floor is going to go on Greg Morrow. He picks up number 2. With that, Ed Horton comes back into the game as Ashton Smith heads off. And indeed, that puts the Titans in the penalty. So despite Moore's foul being on the floor, racing to the line, he just hit that go-ahead 3 that gave Sudbury a 46-44 lead just a moment ago. This time steps up, drills both. Braylon Rayson has given the 5 the lead. Grandy Glaze back in the game. Dixon heads off. Hall against Glaze. Works it in the corner for Morrow, has some separation, takes the 3 and makes the 3. Greg Morrow from downtown. And they continue to exchange leads. Rayson pulls up from deep and drills another one. Braylon Rayson, how about 8 points in under a minute? And once again, puts Sudbury up on top. Akeem Ellis, the pump fake, gotta respect the shot. He's drilled a few from deep so far in the first half. Hall, the off-balance shot won't go. Glaze, the rebound. Glaze almost got tied up. Gonna struggle to get across half court. Morrow poked it away. Ellis leaves it for Hall, but Relaford got right in there. And now it's Sudbury with numbers. Rayson drives, offensive foul. Braylon Rayson called for the charge.
Grayson called for the charge, his second, personal, team's fifth.
.248 to play here in the first half. Grayson just scored 8 points in under a minute. And then the offensive foul off the turnover. Kind of takes the wind out of the sails. Morrow, a bad entry pass to Hall, tried to lob it up for his 7-footer, but instead Ceres got in there and forced the turnover. Grayson off balance, won't go. And Akeem Ellis grabs a long rebound. Ellis takes matters into his own hands, draws the foul, and he'll head to the stripe.
Fouls at Sudbury for 1, Jalen first, James 6. Denzel James checks in for the Titans.
Greg Morrow getting a round of applause as he heads off. Of course, Morrow, one of the Canadians on the roster. Certainly made a name for himself with the Western Mustangs and U Sports /CIS. Averaged just under 22 points a game in his senior year. Ellis, good on number 2. 51-50, KW has the lead. With that, Adam Blazik also back into the game for Sudbury. Ceres to Glaze. Hall trying to establish defensive position. Glaze, couple pump fakes, step back and drains it over the 7-footer. And licks his fingers as he gets back in the bench. Loving that celebration. 52-51. The 5 and Titans exchanging leads here with the half winding down. Here's Ellis, watched by Relaford. Ellis pivots out to James. Contested 3, won't go. Relaford lost the ball. Glaze battling for it. Couple bodies fall on it. Still loose. Blazik finally gets 2 hands on it. And it leads to the open 3, but no good. As Ceres got the shot off, a foul called away from the ball. James going to be called for the foul, so after all that, despite forcing the miss, the Titans will be the ones at fault, and Grandy Glaze will have a chance at the free throw line, of course, now with the Titans in the penalty. 1:12 to go, the 5 also with no fouls to give. A 1-for-2 trip for the North York, Ontario native, Grandy Glaze. 53-51. Sudbury has battled back after being down 11 and has taken the lead here late in the first half. Horton drives right down, leaves it for Hall. Left-hand score. Game tied at 53. Here's Adam Blazik. Just like earlier, that matchup of working against his former teammate, Ed Horton. Works it back out for Braylon Rayson. Ceres, corner 3 won't go. And James the rebound. 5-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Titans looking to go 2 for 1. They're going to be just a tad late as Horton scores as the shot clock turns off. They've taken the lead and they're in control now as Sudbury has what should be the final possession of the first half. Here's Braylon Rayson against Denzel James. Rayson for the lead. Gets the roll. Braylon Rayson, a monster second quarter, caps it off with the go-ahead 3. And the Sudbury 5 head to the locker room up 56-55.
got the Four Paws Flying Entertainment at halftime. You're not going to want to miss this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our halftime entertainment. Four Paws Flying Entertainment presents amazing high-flying frisbee catching trick dogs, including the 6-time Women's World Champion disc dog of extreme distance with catches of over 200 feet. These dogs are going to be performing spectacular catches while twisting, turning, and leaping through the air to catch as many frisbees as they can. Some of the dogs have been adopted from humane societies, going from homeless to high flying, but they're all very loved family pets who love performing. Some of their accomplishments include 2013-18 Skyhounds Women's Extreme Distance World Champion, 2017 4th Skyhounds Distance and Accuracy Division, 2017 13th USDDN Super Open Freestyle Division, 2018 4th in Skyhounds Distance Accuracy Division, and in 2018 3rd place USDDN Super Pro Toss and Fetch Division. Put your hands together for the Four Paws Flying Entertainment Frisbee Dogs. Titans are going to start the second half with the ball.
Back to Kitchener. Ian Jodry here with you on this Sunday afternoon as the Titans kick off their season against the expansion franchise Sudbury 5, already with a win under their belt. They took down the Windsor Express last night at the WFCU Center, and we're back underway. Braylon Rayson, what a half. He finished it off with the go-ahead three, 24 points, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Ed Horton and Flynn Whitfield both reaching double digits for KW. That time, it's Whitfield drawing the foul as he runs right in to Travis Relaford.
Foul on Sudbury, number 24, Travis Relaford. His first, he's first.
Smith into the corner for Whitfield, a three, rattles it in. Flynn Whitfield, the Titans' leading scorer today. He's now 6 for 11 from the field, 14 points. Problem is he had to be benched early, playing with 3 fouls. This time the steal has it poked away cleanly. No foul, but it'll stay with KW. Hall, Sutherland, Horton, Smith, and Whitfield round out the 5 that Cavell Johnson sends out to start the second half. Horton rolls off that screen from Hall, throws a blind pass all the way back to Sutherland. Horton drives baseline. Hall puts it in, and the foul. Derek Hall absorbs the contact, and when you're 7 foot and someone's wrapping you up in your lower half, it's not going to be too hard to simply lay it in. And he's got a chance to put the Titans up 5. Hall converts onto 3-point play. Here's Gilligan. Gets the runner to go off the glass. Nice play from Devin Gilligan, just his second bucket so far today. Horton, watched closely by Rayson. Leaves it for Hall. Ashton Smith now, trying to work on Adam Blazik. Throws it up high off the glass and gets it to drop. Rayson to Dixon, and a late foul call. Looks like that one's going to go on Shamar Sutherland. That would be his 4th. So now you've got your 3 in Shamar Sutherland, playing with 4 fouls. And Whitfield, your 4, who's also playing with 3. See how Cavell Johnson manages this lineup, and quickly Greg Morrow off the bench. He'll check into the ball game at the next opportunity. And indeed, they'll send Sutherland off. 1 Canadian in, another out. Greg Morrow back into the game. He had 8 points off the bench in the first half, 3 for 3 from the field. A 4-point game here, 2 minutes into the second half. Smith down low to Hall. Hall establishing himself in the post, but misses. Relaford wants some help up top. Gilligan's gonna come up and meet him. Number 24 on number 24, Relaford backing in on Whitfield, loses it, out to Blazek, catch and shoot three, won't go. Relaford, offensive rebound, but Hall takes it right out of his hands. Derek Hall hits the deck, forces the turnover, and how about that? Ashton Smith lobs it up for Flen Whitfield, and the one-hand alley-oop finish. Oh my, Flenard Whitfield. But back the other way, the Five with some fireworks of their own. Corey Dixon on the other end. Keeps Sudbury within 4 points. Ed Horton. Into the corner from Morrow. He's watched by Gilligan. Rolls out. Fadeaway jumper's good. 67-61, Greg Morrow. Remains perfect from the field, and he's in a double figures. 10 points for the London native. Dixon goes up, comes down without the basketball, no foul, but it'll stay with the Five. Jalen Bland trying to work on Greg Morrow. Layup won't go. Ashton Smith hits the brakes, then drives and scores. Pretty burst of speed from Ashton Smith to lay it in. The Titans attack relentless. Bland transition three, no good. And the 7-footer Derek Hall there to grab the board. Horton draws the foul. That's going to go on Travis Relaford. The nail-biter has finished in Charlottetown. The Island Storm pick up win number 1 on the season, 96-95. They beat the St. John Riptide. Time winding down at the new Avenir Center in Moncton. It looks like the Magic are going to be the league's best at 3-0. They're up on Cape Breton by 8 with under 2 to play, so not done there, but the Magic certainly in the driver's seat and looking strong early on. Not to mention this is the second half of a back-to-back. They played Halifax last night. No foul call that way, and Relaford with the slam the other way. It's a 6-point game. Technical foul called on the Titans bench. The emotions running high here in the second half. Hall didn't get the foul call he wanted on that end, and Relaford took it down and finished with a two-hand flush, 69-63. The expansion Sudbury 5 not going anywhere, a force to be reckoned with. We mentioned they put up 126 points last night to beat the Windsor Express. They got 43 of them from Jalen Bland, who hit 11 of the team's 16 three balls. Rayson hit the free throw after the technical foul, but it will remain with KW. One of the rule changes made this year in the National Basketball League of Canada. Following a technical foul, the free throw will be taken before the ball is returned to the point of action in the foul. Horton scores on the layup. Morrow forces the turnover and draws the foul. Horton. The inbounds to Smith. Smith, the long two, no good. Relaford driving, nice Euro step, won't go. And Akeem Ellis, fresh into the ball game, climbs the ladder and grabs the rebound. And the offensive foul. Ashton Smith was the ball carrier, but the foul is called away from the ball. Derek Hall. He picks up his second, so no foul danger there for the big 7-footer, but a frustrating time for the Titans as the Sudbury Five have kept themselves within striking distance here. Not to mention they went into the half up 1, did the Five. Thanks to that last-second three-pointer from Braylon Rayson, a 24-point first half for him. He's the ball carrier here. The reverse won't go. Smith pushes off the defender and misses. And then a foul called on the floor. It's going to be on the 5. And it's on Corey Dixon. With that foul, Dixon checks out. The Canadian Grandy Glaze back into the game. Horton catch and shoot the long two, no good. A good look for Horton, high percentage, but misses on the quick release. And they make them pay in transition. Back the other way, Jalen Bland from downtown, and it's just a 4-point game. Damon Lynn is also, he gets tied up with Williams.
Foul delivery number 14, Dexter Williams, is first, team's 6.
Dexter Williams getting called for his first foul there. Hall, count it, and the foul. The big man establishing his presence down low. He was frustrated earlier this half with a call that didn't go his way, ended up leading to a Titans technical from the bench. Now he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Derek Hall, 1 shot. Good on the free throw.
Hall, good from the line. We mentioned he led the league last year in rebounds per game. Had the second most total points in the entire league at just over 18. Incredible year for Derek Hall. And she was one of the lone bright spots for this Titans team in what was a down year. Williams, fresh into the game, uses the pump fake in the paint and scores on the layup. Horton was looking for Morrow in the corner, but it's intercepted. Relaford leaves it for Williams. Glaze down low, draws the double team. Out to Rayson. Rayson goes right at Derek Hall, and he's blocked. Ball poked loose, but last touch by Horton, so it'll stay with the 5. 74-69. The Titans came into the half down 1. They're on top now. A 5-point KW lead here on opening night.
So let's get Tex and let's get Titus out here. Come on, guys. We're going to line you up for a free throw shooting contest. We've only got about a minute to get this done. So come on out here. Tex, we will put you down at this end over here. Come on down, Tex. Titus, come on over here. We'll let you guys stand. Titus over here. We'll let you guys stand just inside the free throw line. You know, maybe 2 feet in. All right, guys. Tex and Titus are out here. Pick your favorite and cheer for them.
Bland contested three, won't go. Glaze the rebound and the bucket. Randy Glaze has been all over the glass, and it's a three-point game, 74-71. Titans' largest lead was 14. It's been dwindled down to 3. They trailed going into this half. Akeem Ellis misses. Now the 5 with the chance to cut it to 1 or tie the basketball game. Grayson blows by Lynn. To Relaford, short jump shot won't go. An open look, but Relaford can't hit. Smith floats it in, beautiful pass to Derek Hall in the lay-in. 76-71. If you can get it to him, when he's in that positioning, most of the time he'll be able to convert. It's just a matter of getting that perfect pass to him. 3 ball off the mark, but the rebound comes right to Gilligan. Gilligan to Relaford for 3. Won't go. And Akeem Ellis chases it down. 4 minutes left in quarter number 3. As mentioned, the Titans have led by as many as 14, but the 5 have been right there all game. Hall, the baseline feed to Morrow, fumbled it, so kicks it back out. Lynn drains the 3, but the offensive foul is going to be called on Ashton Smith, so don't count the bucket. See the disappointment on the look that time of the face of Damon Lynn. Drilled the 3, but wipe it off the board. With that, Nigel Titer is going to check into the ballgame for the first time as Derek Hall heads off. Gilligan underneath. Scores in the paint. And it's a 1-possession ball game. Smith, the feed to Titer. Titer, the 2-hand jam. Fresh in the game, and Nigel Titer throws it down with 2 hands. Titans up 5. Gilligan drawing the foul the other way. He was bumped by Nigel Titer. Gilligan good on number 1. Titer picking up his first foul. The Brampton native back for his second season with the Titans. Missed just 4 games all of last year. He appeared in 36 for the Titans. That time he grabs the rebound as Gilligan 1 for 2 at the line that time around. Damon Lynn out to Ashton Smith. Smith kick out. Ellis into the corner. Morrow, the pump fake, drives. The 1-hand shot is good. Greg Morrow has been effective off the bench today. He's still perfect from the field at 12 points now. His 3rd season with the Titans, and his numbers have gone up every year. I'm sure most Titans fans are expecting to see another increase for the 2018-2019 campaign. Gilligan up top. Dishes over to Dixon for 3, but off the mark. Season that was Ceres on the miss with 2.5 to play. But last touched by the Titans, so Adam Blazek will inbound for Sudbury in a fresh shot clock. Bland drives and gets it to go. Jalen Bland goes right at Akeem Ellis. Makes no mistake. And as expected, this Sudbury team, led by a former league MVP in Logan Stutz, a force to be reckoned with. That time Smith drains the jumper, but a foul called. So still count the basket, but the foul is going to be called on Titer. That's Titer with his second foul since checking into the game. And that one is going to put the Titans in the penalty. So Sudbury with a chance to cancel out Ashton Smith's jumper. George Sures to the line. He's the one who hit the deck. Puts the first one in. Sures, 2 for 2 on that trip. Mentioned he's the local Sudbury, Ontario native, played his university ball with Laurentian. Of course, the Sudbury 5 with their home opener coming up soon. You know, that place is excited for their first game in NBL Canada history. They've already picked up their first win last night in Windsor. And they are right in this basketball game on the tail end of a back-to-back expansion franchise. And they look like they're going to be right there in terms of the Central Division race. Sures misses off the jumper. Here's Greg Morrow pushing. Ellis can't get into bite on the pump fake. This is over. Smith gets it to go. A good stretch here for Ashton Smith. Restores that 6-point KW lead. Blazek pushes off, drains the step back. Into the final minute of the third, 84-80 KW. They started the third quarter trailing. Damon Lynn misses the 3. Gilligan leaves it for Bland. Contested triple splash. Jalen Bland from downtown, and it's a 1-point game. What a start to your NBL Canada career for Jalen Bland. 43 points in your debut, and seems like he hasn't missed a beat today. Timely 3-ball with the quarter winding down, and Sudbury back within just 1 point. Keem Ellis came off the bench in this one, 9 points in the first half, off the mark on his first free throw. Ellis has 2 previous NBL stints. He spent the 2014-15 season with Orangeville, 30 games played, just over 14 points per game, then put up the exact same numbers, the exact same amount of games played in 2016-2017 with the Island Storm. Now in his 3rd season here north of the border. Blazek misses the jumper. 5 to play. Titans up 2. Smith has it. Trying to close out the 3rd. Jumper, no good. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Ashton Smith effective in the 3rd quarter. Misses the final jumper. And the Titans will take a 2-point lead into the final 12 minutes.
Pull out your tickets, look on the board. If you've got ticket number 119978, you've won $805. Also, our caption contest. Let's see that picture again. Thanks to everybody who sent it in. Congratulations to our winner, producer Paulie, with the caption, "Don't forget the pepperoni." All right, let's make some noise for the kids. It's time for the YMCA.
We've got two finals from around the National Basketball League of Canada. Moncton improves to 3-0, 118-110 over Brett, we already mentioned. 96-95 over the St. John Riptide. The St. John's Edge have a 2-point edge over the Lightning. In London, 63-61. They're about midway through the third quarter. But here in Kitchener, we've got a good one on our hands, 85-83. The foul is going to be called on the 5. After all that, they had 3 chances offensively, and finally the foul is going to be called on Corey Dixon. The Titans have never won their home opener. 0-2 in franchise history so far. Braylon Rayson, the steal, the score, and he is having himself an afternoon. We're all tied at 85. Horton knocked to the floor, able to get the pass off to Lynn in the corner. Lynn has Rayson all over him. Whitfield drives to the left hand, has it poked away, no foul called. It'll stay with Kitchener-Waterloo. Just 2 on the shot clock.
2 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Horton inbound, Whitfield catch, shoot, but misses. And here come the 5 looking to take the lead for the first time since the opening seconds of the half. The 3-point attempt from Rayson won't go. 5 pressing here defensively in the full court. Lynn, pump fake, Hall. Lynn for 3, won't go. Climbing up and grabbing it was Ellis. Whitfield, he rips it away. He goes up and draws the foul. Whitfield flexing and pointing to his bicep as he'll head to the line for a pair.
Delivery for 14, Dexter Williams, that is his second, team's second.
An excellent return to Kitchener for Flen Whitfield. Mentioned he joined the Titans before the transaction deadline in their inaugural season in 2016-2017. Spent last year in Finland, and he was one of the big reasons that the Titans made that push in their first season to grab that 3 seed heading into the playoffs. Rayson, the contested 3, won't go. He's been shooting well all afternoon, but appeared to rush that one. Not a high percentage look. Lynn also misses a 3, but how about the offensive rebounds? Hall grabs it, misses. Whitfield tries to put it back, but lost the basketball. 3 tries for the Titans, and it leads to an easy Travis Relaford layup. Ties the game at 87. Derek Hall leaves it for Ed Horton. 8 to shoot. Horton for 3. Won't go. Rayson, all kinds of room to run. The floater is well short. Dixon gets it back, kicks it out to him, and gets it. Excuse me, that was Williams on the assist, but what a heads-up play by Rayson. Drifts out to the corner, and then the baseline layup. Sudbury takes the lead, and then Horton gets his feet taken out. Oh, and there's a shove from Horton. Cavell Johnson has to get in the middle of it. Tempers flaring here in the fourth quarter. Emotions running high. We know Ed Horton's a competitor. We saw him have some problems last year in a game in St. John's. And now they shake it off. Horton and Dexter Williams. The hug and the handshake. This is one meeting of many between these two teams this year. The refs still trying to sort things out. It's Akeem Ellis holding the basketball. Greg Spanioli is in the middle of that huddle by the free throw line. Now Whitfield going around and exchanging high fives with the rest of the 5 teammates. Horton and Dexter Williams still laughing things off. Akeem Ellis playing peacemaker through all of this. And now Akeem Ellis trying to pump up the crowd. The fans getting into it here on opening day at the auditorium.
Foul on the play to number 14, Dexter Williams for Sudbury. That is his 3rd, team's 3rd. Subsequent double unsporting fouls assessed to Sudbury's number 14, Dexter Williams, his 4th, team's 4th. And the Titans' number 8, Ed Horton, his 2nd, team's 1st. Sub into the game for Sudbury, number 32, Devin Gilligan.
The officials have sorted it all out. When it's all said and done, the 5 have 14 fouls on the board now. Remember, it was Ed Horton who drew the foul, was taken out at his feet. But it's Titans basketball, 10 to shoot. They're down 2 with 9 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Whitfield drops a shoulder, backs in, throws it up, but misses. And Dixon grabs the rebound. Trying to push in transition, Dexter Williams, but hits the brakes on the offense. Braylon Rayson, easily the player of the game for Sudbury, drills the big-time 3 over Ed Horton. And that puts them up 5, 92-87, Sudbury with the lead. But the response, Akeem Ellis for 3. You can tell he's going to be an exciting player to watch this year for the Titans. Rayson, again, that time won't go. Horton on the defense. Ellis pushing, tries to blow by Gilligan, steps, reverse, and scores. What a play by Akeem Ellis. Drills the 3, then lays it in. This one tied at 92. Back and forth they go here on opening day. Relaford backing in over Lynn, drains it. 94-92. Whitfield drawing the double team. Relaford gets in to help, able to find Lynn for 3. Front rim miss, right back to Lynn. Tries to feed Whitfield down low, but it hits Williams, and in transition, Relaford, the 2-hand jam, and the Sudbury 5 have a 4-point lead. And an offensive foul. Whitfield, the illegal screen. 96-92, Sudbury gets the ball back, and everything's to be swinging in their favor. Whitfield with some words for Dixon as he makes his way to the bench. It may be game 1 of 40, but you can feel it in the air. A tense afternoon. Val Johnson wants to talk things over. The Sudbury Five have gone on a run. They take a 4-point lead, and they'll have the ball with under 7 minutes left in the fourth. Hakeem Ellis certainly pleading his case to be a fan favorite. He's been strong on the court and has been trying to keep the crowd involved all afternoon. Glaze on the inside, draws a double team, goes back out. Gilligan, three, bang! Big time triple from Devin Gilligan. And the Five have their biggest lead of the day. They're up by 7. Smith inside, Whitfield waits, scores, plus the foul. Flen Whitfield, patience, the pump fake, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play. Things beginning to unravel for the Titans. They needed something to stop the bleeding. Flen Whitfield a chance for a 3-point play now. Whitfield good at the line. 95-99. What a season opener here for KW. Sudbury Five have come to play. The step back three that time from Bland, no good. And the big man, Flen Whitfield, there for the rebound. Derek Hall is also back in the ballgame. Smith works it to him in the paint. Hall scores. A nice move. The big men getting it done for Kitchener-Waterloo. It's a 2-point game. Blazik trying to work it down low. Gilligan comes away with it. Short jumper, front rim miss, up in the air. Glaze the offensive rebound, and a fresh 24 for Sudbury. Blazik the deep three. Gets the roll. Adam Blazik, he knows these rims well, goes straight up in the air, back down and through. Sudbury up 5. And a foul called away from the play. That's team foul number 6 on the 5. So they have no more to give. The Titans, on the other hand, still have 4 to give through the final 5 minutes and 12 seconds of the fourth quarter. Stutz brings Relaford in, sends Ceres off. Horton misses the 3. Hall tried to spike it back to center court, but instead Gilligan won't get it to go. Stutz wants a goaltending call. He won't get it. No foul, they'll say it was a clean block. which means it stays 5 basketball. Shot clock resets to 14. Jalen Bland, Blazek for 3, no good. Whitfield goes up to get the rebound, and then Blazek stands his ground a little too hard. And that one will push the 5 into the penalty, and Whitfield is headed to the charity stripe. Tell that Titans fans are excited to have Flen Whitfield back in a KW uniform. In his 2016-17 season with the Titans, he was a 78% free throw shooter. Hits both this time, and it's a 1-possession game again. Blazek behind the back dribble, cuts back towards the middle. Welliford, Euro step, and the score. Pretty move from Travis Relaford. He's been good today. Whitfield to Hall, backing in on Glaze. Misses the easy hook. Titans have been desperate for defensive stops, but they haven't seemed to be getting them. That time, Bland scoops it up, comes down with 2 points. The 5 have taken a 7-point lead. And Cavell Johnson has seen enough. The Titans call timeout.
But it is time for the flex cam. Here's how this works. If you're on our screen, we want to see you show us those muscles. Show us the pipes.
Four minutes to go. The Titans down 7. The Sudbury 5 on a roll in the 4th. Horton 3, splash! Ed Horton steps up and drills it from downtown. It's a 4-point game. In and out, the miss, but Blazek, the offensive rebound, and Glaze scores on the rebound. Offensive rebounds killing KW here in the late stages of the 4th. Smith drives baseline, Horton again for 3, and puts in another. Ed Horton, back-to-back 3-pointers, and just like that, it's a 1-score game. Braylon Rayson, the leading scorer this afternoon. Relaford for 3, won't go. Blazek fighting for it, and a little too hard. Out of bounds, Titans basketball. Here's Ashton Smith. Rolls off the screen from Hall, goes right at the hoop and lays it in. All too easy for Ashton Smith 108-107. The Titans are right back in it with a 6-0 run. Glaze drives, lost the basketball. It went off Glaze and out. Titans ball. Derek Hall on the defense. Akeem Ellis is fired up. The crowd is alive. And the Titans can smell blood with 2:34 to go. Smith cuts through the middle, lost it, but will stay with KW. Horton, already with back-to-back three-pointers the last few possessions, gives it to Whitfield. Whitfield drives inside on Gilligan, high off the window, won't go, and the rebound swatted right back to Bland, and Bland lays it in. 110-107. Horton draws the foul. It's been a few minutes now that the 5 have been in the penalty. The Titans still have 4 fouls to give for the remaining 2:02 of this one.
Hey, little man, make sure Juice gives you your shorts back.
Good on number 1. Horton, an 87% free throw shooter last year. He started 22 of the 24 games he appeared in for the Titans. Was riddled with injuries throughout last year. Still ended up finishing with over 15 points a game. That's good for top 4 in terms of scoring on the team. Rayson drives, kicks it out. Gilligan, open look for 3. Splash. Lots of white jerseys came crashing down because Braylon Rayson has just been that good today. They respected him a little too much. Left Gilligan wide open. Ellis drives, misses. Loose ball comes back to Ellis. High off the window and in. Akeem Ellis stays with it. And the Titans still down just 2. Of course, the clock stops at each score now. Horton tried to poke it away. He thought he got it cleanly from Braylon Rayson, but he'll be charged with a foul. We mentioned the Titans had 4 to give, so they're not in a shooting situation. Gotta like the aggressiveness from Horton. He's been very good in this 4th quarter. Hit back-to-back threes when the Titans were staring a 7-point deficit in the face. Now they're down 2. Bland, the step back, the miss. Grandy Glaze, another killer offensive rebound. But the pass is picked off. Bland gave it right back to KW. Ashton Smith kicks out to Ellis. Ellis, deep 3 for the lead. Won't go. We're inside the 1-minute mark now. 113-111. Braylon Rayson watched by Ed Horton defensively. Rayson for 3, won't go. And the rebound is right to Flynn Whitfield, and that indeed is a foul. No, it's not. It looked like Whitfield got bumped hard and everyone was stopping, but instead Whitfield simply lost the basketball. They turn it over, and the Titans use one of their fouls they had to give. Costly as the long rebound came right to Whitfield. 34 seconds left, and the 5 will inbound. Titans still with 2 fouls to give. Akeem Ellis playing on Bland defensively, and Ellis picks up the foul. Clock down to 30 seconds. Rayson attacks the paint, throws it up, won't go, and another offensive rebound. Grandy Glaze. Relaford drives and misses. They could kill the clock, but they didn't. And now the Titans come pushing. Whitfield goes right at the defender and draws the foul. Jalen Bland called for the foul. He is irate. Can't believe the call. And now Flynn Whitfield with a massive opportunity at the free throw line to tie the game for Kitchener-Waterloo. Whitfield, good on number one. He spent last season in Finland and shot just under 70% from the free throw line. And it's about an 8-point drop from his time in KW. He misses the second, and now the Titans are forced to foul. They had one to give, so they'll have a chance here off the inbounds. 9.9 seconds left, and now Logan Stutz wisely going to use one of his timeouts. He has 3 remaining, and not to mention that'll advance the ball to the half court. 113, 112, Flynn Whitfield. A costly missed free throw in the 5. Will try and put this one away with 9 seconds left.
He's got some tunes going right now. We got a close one here. We got 9.9 seconds left. You came out here to make some noise, didn't you? So I'm going to point to each side and see who can be louder, and then we got to keep it going for the last 10 seconds. Over here. And over here. Okay, that's pretty good. And over here. Not bad. And over here. That's close. How about we try everybody at the same time? And here's the thing. You gotta keep it going for the Titans for the last 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, everybody. All right, keep it going for your Titans for this last 10 seconds. We want to win in our home opener. .9 seconds left, and Sudbury has a 1-point lead. Off the inbound, Whitfield the foul. It took just 9/10 of a second off the clock, and indeed that'll push the Titans in the penalty. Travis Relaford will be the one to step to the line. No matter the result here, it'll stay a 1-possession game. Relaford was 1 for 2 at the line last night in Windsor. Had 11 points, drains both, so it's a 3-point game. And indeed, Cavell Johnson, right on cue, will burn his 3rd and final time out of the half. That'll push the ball to half court. And the Titans will be looking to tie it.
And here it is, 115 to 112. It's been a thrilling afternoon. Thank you again for joining us here inside the Odd for Titans opening day, episode 3. Ellis for the tie, no good. Gilligan the rebound, ahead to Relaford, and that'll do it. The Sudbury 5 come to Kitchener and have started their expansion season 2-0. Akeem Ellis was strong all day long, but misses on the final possession. An incredible day for Braylon Rayson. He had 24 points at the half. And the second, he didn't slow down. Hit some crucial shots down the stretch. Offensive rebounding coming into a play big time as Grandy Glaze was a bully on the glass in the final stages despite facing big men the likes of Derek Hall and Flynn Whitfield, creating countless opportunities, second chances for Sudbury, and they capitalized the best. They're 2-0 to start their young franchise. They'll be back home on November 22nd. That's this coming Thursday to take on the London Lightning in their first ever game at home. You know it's going to be rocking up north when the 5 open things up. They've already got 2 wins under their belt. They're celebrating here on the road. They sweep the back-to-back in Windsor and Kitchener. The Titans fall short. 115 to 112, the final. It's the 3rd year in a row that the Titans drop the home opener. But they'll be back. They're also back in action this coming week. On Thursday, they welcome the Windsor Express, 7 p.m., November 22nd. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to opening day here from Kitchener. The Sudbury 5 take it 115 to 112, the final. I'm Ian Jodry, and good night from Kitchener.